Question 15 is based on the just-in-time inventory system. So just-in-time is the system where we only order items of inventory as they're actually needed. What it does rely on is really good relationships with your suppliers, so that if you know that normally that supplier takes 2 days to supply the goods, you try and predict how much you will require in 2 days' time. The key advantages of this system are that your stock holding is kept to an absolute minimum, and as holding inventory is relatively expensive, that's quite important to a business. So in this case, what they want us to do is identify which 3 of these statements are correct about the effects of a just-in-time system. So the first one is to do with machinery and equipment, talking about setup costs. Just-in-time has no effect on that whatsoever, so nothing to do with that one. It then goes on to say about fewer production bottlenecks are encountered. Now that should be an advantage of using just-in-time. Bottlenecks tend to occur where we run out of particular items. If we're operating just-in-time correctly, we should never run out of anything. Everything should be available as needed. So yep, that would be a correct statement. Then goes on to talk about the amount of storage space required being reduced. And again, yes, that is true, because we should be holding lower volumes of stock. Instead of keeping some in reserve just in case, with just-in-time, we will hold absolute minimum stock and rely on the fact that replacements will come in time. The next answer down talks about working capital being freed up, and again, that appears to be correct. If we are not holding as much inventory, then we're not spending as much before we absolutely need to, freeing up some cash for other uses. It then talks about the power of suppliers being reduced. In actual fact, the opposite is true. Just-in-time only works where we have a good relationship with our supplier, which does mean that they do have more power. And then the final one about stockouts, it says with just-in-time we're less likely to have stockouts. Again, that isn't actually true. We don't have any reserves of stock with just-in-time, and so the correct 3 answers in this case would be the middle 3 that we've already identified.